The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
The aftermath of every social revolution brings about change. Cultural norms and landmarks shift as our minds and hearts expand beyond the familiar. To everything, there is a season and a time to every purpose in the land of the living. This is our time to renew, revive, and restore the hope lost to the busyness of life. This is our time to dig again and rebuild from the storms of our past on a solid footing that holds. Welcome to The Foundation.
The Foundation.
The Foundation with Hearts Grant is brought to you by Alive, Burger King, Central Bank, the Cleveland Clinic, Commonwealth Bank, Popeyes, Ports International, Print Masters, and Bronze Electric Motors.
The Foundation. The Foundation. Foundation. The Foundation. The Foundation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant, your company, The Foundation, live and in full effect on this beautiful Thursday, Small Business Thursday, out here in the city in La Ciudad, being able to do all that we do. Got to shout out all my good, decent people over at Bahamas Liquidation Center. They want you guys to know that just hold on, Bahamas, hold on. To this magic carpet. They got some great things going on. Our Magic Carpet Ride Rug sale is going to be from June 26th, which is today, till the 28th in 2 days. So you got 2 days worth of sale, and you could be Aladdin out there getting your rug together to be able to grab your jasmine and I can show you the world. Go down there and get that thing taken care of, man. They are on Mackey Street. You want to be able to see that. They got buy one rug. Now, they ain't send me no size. Miss Love, you ain't send me no size. You ain't say whether or not it's the big. How only the medium size rug. So I got to read it. Buy one rug, get the second 50% off. Buy one rug, get the second 50% off. Guys, you want to be able to go down to Mackey Street today and check that out. Check all the information out. They don't want you to miss that. It starts today for 2 days on Mackey Street. So you want to go down there and take care of that and ensure that you're in a good space to be able to do that. All right? It's a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to be able to jam with me as we continue to be able to have a good conversation and talk about these things. Pick up a Guardian newspaper. All the information's in there. When we get a chance, I guess we can talk a little bit more about politics. I feel like it's the atmosphere is charged now, and we're going to be able to do that. I'm sure we're going to dive deeper into it tomorrow after everything is rolled out. Print-out questions, the BPL bills rebate. Free National Movement leader says that the Bahamians will still have to foot the bill. These are significant things that he's talking about. We're going to dive deeper into that. The government hopes to break ground on a new Supreme Court soon. This is what the AG says. You know that we are in the thick of politics, and shouts out to Bimini. Lay low and Bimini. Oh, ain't nothing new. VJ got the thing, man. His mommy started crying. His brother started crying. They were stunned last night. He's the third pick, being able to do that on the third round, first pick of the third round, being able to do that. VJ Edgecombe out of Bimini in the Philadelphia 76ers now. He is going to be an all-star. Can we say it over his life? Amen. My God. It's time for us to be able to do that. Enough accolades from here to you and your family and all those that continue to be able to aspire for great things. We say, you can do it. You can definitely do it. Just be able to find yourself in the position to be persistent and focus on your dream. Well, I'm grateful to be able to have this kind of a conversation with you always, and looking forward for participation and do those particular things. Today, in the studio with us, we got FAMGARD, FGIAB. I didn't know whether or not they pronounced the acronym, so forget about it, right? I didn't know whether or not they did that. But they're celebrating their 5th annual trade fair and fun fair. trade show and fun fair. They're going to be able to do that. And they're here to tell us all about it. I'm excited about it. I want to hear more about it. I'm sure that a great deal of persons can testify that just as I find my house and my car at these events. And so you want to be able to hear more about that. Right with us is I have Alicia Calmer, right? Assistant VP of the FGIAB and Customer Experience and Mortgages, and also Chrysia Brown. Did I get it?
Got it.
Chrysia Brown, Senior Customer Service Admin, sitting here with us. Say good afternoon to the folks out there, guys.
Good
afternoon.
It's so wonderful to have you all. Y'all seem to be
Thanks for
extremely
having us.
excited about what y'all going to be doing. Talk to us about this event and the 5th, because 5 is grace. Let's not get, hey, Jesus. Let's not get preachy. But I feel like you got some grace for the people now. Talk to us about what's going on with you.
Thanks for having us, Howard.
Absolutely.
Yes, our show, our 5th annual FGIAB Trade Show and Fun Fair is happening this Saturday, Saturday, June 28th at 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it's going to be happening at our Family Guardian Corporate Center grounds, and that's on number 1 Shirley Street and Village Road, across from the Montague Fish ramp, the beautiful garden.
Oh, yeah. We know what it is.
Yes,
Yeah.
that nice building there. So we're going to be there. It's a family fun event. So we want everybody to come out. It's going to be a one-stop shop. Like you said, you'll be able to find your home and purchase a car, get your mortgage, get a loan, purchase some Bohemian artisan stuff.
Get
all
your
at
blood
one
pressure
spot.
check, your glucose check.
It's going to be a wonderful event.
Yeah. They got, especially after you all say, yeah, I'll get the loan. Oh, Jesus. Go check your
And
pressure.
test
Calm
drive
down.
some cars too.
Yeah.
You test drive cars also?
Also.
We have
So you have the whole thing going on.
Everything.
We have 2 of our car companies that are going to be there, and you'll be able to test drive cars.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me about the car companies that you got coming up. Y'all ain't got to give the people the name, but is it electrical cars or is it the traditional cars? Or you got to mix of both?
It's a mix, but
Ooh,
I'll tell you.
this is exciting.
This new hottest cars.
The hottest
right
cars.
now.
My God.
They run
Yeah.
in the road.
This sounds like a Honda. No, I just... Right, so talk to me about this. This is exciting, man. This is the 5th time you do it. Where does the inspiration come from to be able to kind of amalgamate everything and make it accessible for your customers so they can be able to be almost like a one-stop shop?
Initially, when we started this, Howard, we started it as a hurricane preparedness show, and our first show happened at our
2020.
financial center building. So we had a good turnout at those. We had it there twice. And then we had so many persons calling us and it's like, oh, we were at the show or we heard about the show and we'd like to be there next year. And so we've outgrown that space. So then we had to move it to our corporate center. And we had clients of ours that would call in and say that they want to be a part of the show, they have this business and that kind of thing. And so we thought, okay,
Really?
maybe this is a way that we can give back to our clients as well and give them an opportunity to come out and display whatever it is that they have. And it's for free.
Oh, it's for free for
The
those
vendors.
for the vendors.
This year is the first time that we charge the members $50 only, but that's for your tent, your chairs, and everything. But all the previous years, it was free. First
Really?
year. So we were giving back.
And y'all provided the tents and the entire thing
Everything.
every year.
Everything.
That's crazy.
Entry is free as well. Let's say that.
Entry's free.
Entry is free as well.
What about
to
the little
event.
kitty corner for my children? You got a little something
Bring
like
them
that?
out. Bring them out.
Bring the children out.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
Okay,
Yes.
Jay-Z, go ahead. Right.
Yes, we got the bouncing castle, we got the face paint, we got the cotton candy, we got the popcorn, we got the hot dogs and the hamburgers. Listen,
Y'all
we
know how to lure.
We gonna find someone to watch them. Just
Y'all
bring
know
'em.
how to lure parents, you know.
Of course.
Because you don't
Bring
get the
your
parents
cash and your card,
yeah,
too.
Bring your children, and we got everything for your children,
Yes.
and you know we can be here
We
all
can find
day.
someone to watch them.
Oh,
Just bring 'em.
praise God, praise God. So this should be exciting, man. I know that there are a lot of persons out there can be able to testify that, listen, I found my home, I found my property, I found my car, my dream car. I didn't know I could afford this. I didn't know I could be able to get these particular things done. Talk to them about what they can do in terms of being prepared, because there's a lot of things, January rolled in and people say things like, well, this year I can try to get my property. This year I can try to fix this. And they really haven't made significant stride. This may be
Right.
the time
Right.
that they can get all this done in one shot.
And we'll have our FG mortgages there, and they will be able to give you pre-approval. So you come with your documents. Well, you don't have to have all of them, but have an idea of what it is, like your pay slip and that kind of thing, your expenses, and you'll be able to get pre-approved so you can kind of have an idea of what it is that you can afford. And then we'll have One Oak.
Realty company
One of-
from Matt Sweeting. So
Yeah.
we'll have them out there to show, his properties, what he has to offer, what's in your budget, what you can afford.
This is exciting stuff. This is, ladies and gentlemen, if you're out there and you're trying to make a determination as the next step you should take, a lot of things are shifting. Things have actually shifted with, I think, the entire country, especially let me talk with my business. We were evaluating what to do in terms of being able to send our children off to school in the States. I had one over there. Now we have to reevaluate as to whether or not, based upon the temperature in the world, how do we invest home? What do we do here home? Because the uncertainty that exists external, we don't need to get in that. Let's just be able to stay here and do that. And so if you're in this kind of a space and you want to invest and you're looking for a home and you want to be able to get out of that, even if it's a nice condominium, even if it's a nice, townhouse that you got out there, but you're renting and you want to find yourself in an ownership position, you want to come out and find out more about this. Just let the curiosity lead you. And then you could possibly be able to find yourself in a position like, I did not even know. I think a lot of persons actually say that.
Yeah, and we have our agents. They're going to be out there as well, our financial service agents as well as our home service agents. So they'll be able to give you financial advice. So, and then at that, we're not just going to be Family Guardian. We have Doctors Hospital that'll be doing.
Doctors Hospital, yeah, they're going to have we have the blood drive every year. So that's going to be on the inside in the air condition. You give your blood, you lay on the couch, you relax. Doctors Hospital is also, this year is the first year that we're going to be
give us
offering.
a Guinness afterward, Guinness or Vitamalt?
Let's give you a Vitamalt.
We get off it.
Yeah, let's give you a
Off air.
Vitamalt.
Vitamalt?
Yes.
Not Guinness?
Off air.
Okay.
So this year, Doctors Hospital is actually going to be doing a live nutritional food demonstration. And after they show you how to cook your food, they're going to be giving you samples that you
Really?
can carry.
Doctor's
Yes.
Hospital?
Yes.
Can teach me how to cook my food?
Teach you how to cook your nutritional food.
Okay, we'll be able to look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen. We want you to come out and find out more information about it, and you could actually be able to sign up for FG PayGuard. Talk to me about that.
So PayGuard is our payment portal where you can go and sign up. So, we're trying to get away from coming into the office, running around in traffic. You go on PayGuard, you can pay your life insurance, your motor, your home, your medical insurance. You sign up, we get you approved, and you go in, you log in, and you make your payment. You get your receipt.
So, years ago, there was this kind of a thing with our parents and grandparents. My grandfather, I don't know, he used to have this insurance agent used to come around, walk around. You remember this?
The policy
Years
book.
ago, the policy people
We
used to
still
walk
have them.
around.
We still have them.
They still do this?
Yeah, our home
Oh, okay.
service agents still do that.
Okay, so they used to come around, but what happened is that my Grammy didn't do this for my granddaddy, right? She didn't sign up for him, so he put the wrong age. For years, listen to me. For years, this man was paying, and he paying on a different age, right? And he died.
Oh, wow.
And he couldn't get nothing. So Grammy said, Jesus, she cussed him in death, right? She said, Lionel, you're so fool, right? So she cussed him in death. So I want to ask about this particular thing in terms of people who miss a payment. Does it have notification? Does it say, hey, listen, you're up for a payment, you have to do this? What does the FG PayGuard have that affords us an opportunity to always know that we are in line with our health insurance, life insurance, policies, whatever it is, that we don't have to be able to kind of fall behind?
So we know that life happens, right? And we get older and we forget, and we have all these other utility bills and stuff to pay. So with our PayGuard system, we have reoccurring payments. So you make your first payment, and when that goes through. On your second payment, you will then advise that you want to do reoccurring payments. So there on in, after that, all your payments will just automatically come off your bank account, and you don't have to worry about
It's
it.
on my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn did this to me. They say, Howard, this costs you X amount of dollars for the first month, right? And you could always cancel, or you could make it reoccurring. I think this is a wonderful thing because, I think we have to structure this in such a way that we really celebrate and idolize entertainment because no one questions Netflix. No one questions Prime TV. You understand what I'm saying? No one questions these things at all.
And the price is going up on the
And you got to make sure money on your card to pay this. And you're content with that. The necessities in life, people, well, my God, is so, I know if I could do that. Oh, I miss it. I make it today. We have to be able to be, studious and responsible in our
Priorities.
particular business to make sure that things are taken care of. So I think that this FG PayGuard could be able to assist people with that.
Definitely. And we want people to come out. And if you're an FG client and you're not on the PayGuard portal, we want you to come out on Saturday, enjoy the event, and we'll sign you up there. for free.
My God. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to be able to come out and get that. You get the live nutritional food demonstration by Doctors Hospital, which should be extremely entertaining and be able to find out, and informative also. They'll be able to find out how to cook your food, right? Well, we don't use lard no more, but all this vegetable oil and things like that, you got to stop, right? Be able to find out more about those things, testing and information for the Kidney Association, flood mitigation, and hurricane protection demonstrations. Wow, right? They got a lot of things here. And the kitty corners for the little ones, bouncing castle, face painting, and much more. We want you to be able to be out there. If you're looking around trying to be able to get your free blood pressure and glucose testings and medical consultation, you can do that. Blood drive with Doctors Hospital, live nutritional cooking demonstration like we told you about, and pre-approval for auto loans. Now, you only say nothing but vacation loans. It's summertime.
No, there's auto loans.
Yeah, what about vacation? We can talk about
I mean,
that some other time.
I
don't know.
soon.
Commonwealth Bank will be there, so
We could talk to them about other things.
Yeah, that'll be a sideline conversation.
So we could come and get a little
Little
carpet
side
shop.
gig.
Yeah.
My God, ladies and gentlemen, you could be riding dirty. Come August, make sure you get your things together. And I think it's a one-stop shop, so you could be able to get your car pre-approved, get yourself insured, get everything taken care of. Boom. One stop. What we used to say, one shot hit the crow. You could be with.
And even if you're in the and you need a job, or you're in the market for getting a new job, our FG careers department
Really?
will be there as well.
So make sure
So
bring your resume, out.
Really? Guys, this is a one-stop shop. You could bring your kids, let them do something, and this is what the time is going to be from 10 a.m. until
4
4
p.m. And it's
10 a.m.
free
to 4 p.m.
enter. Free to enter.
Now, this is next week Saturday. No, this
This
is
is
Saturday.
Saturday
I
coming.
don't know why I feel like
No,
I'm
no,
at
don't
the
put the
beginning of
people
June.
next week. No, this
Okay.
week, and we want to let them know where you park.
This is Saturday, June 28th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's going to be right there at the Family Guardian Corporate Center grounds, right across the street from Montague. It's number 1 Shirley Street, Village Road, right there across the street. You can be able to see that. It's a beautiful space, beautiful location. We believe that the weather and hope for the weather to be absolutely gorgeous
Definitely.
during this particular time. And we want you to come out and find out as much as you possibly can. Now, if you want to find out more information from them, you can give them a call at 396 1490 396 1490, or hit them up at 825-9742. What else you guys want to be able to tell persons?
We want to tell them about the parking, Howard.
Let me hear
So
what the
when
parking.
you come in, you're going to park on the Village Road side. So we have an entrance on the Village Road side. So
Mm-hmm.
you're going to pull in there and park in the back of the building.
Oh,
And we'll have the security guards and everything there. So don't worry, your car will be
so if I coming down East Bay,
coming
right?
down East Bay.
Then I take that right and I go up towards Ville. Then you can
see
take the
the
left in the back of the
entrance on the
building.
It's right across from House.
Really, I didn't know that you were park. I was trying to figure out what that was,
Across from Halsbury Chambers.
Right from Hosbury Chambers, right there. Okay, guys, so you know where it is. Right across, there's a little small parking lot, right? They sell some cars right in the front there, right? Right across there, you see the guys sell keys, and right there, right in the back of that, they sell cars. And on the left-hand side, you could be able to see something. Is that right there?
Yes, we'll
Okay.
have signage up to say
Okay.
the event parking and stuff. So you'll see
Okay,
it.
okay. Well, it's been absolutely wonderful. You got to let persons know to come out. What else they could be able to? You got everything for the kids. You got the kids covered. You got everything in terms of preparation for all those things that persons out there have been really being able to contemplate and say whether or not, hey, listen, I supposed to do some things from January. I had some things on this list I never gotten done. I feel like you could get a great deal of those things done now. Talk to me about it.
And some of the vendors are also going to be giving discounts. at the show.
Discounts, free samples. We're also going to have the Kidney Association is going to be out to raise awareness about kidney health. They're also going to be providing that free glucose, pressure, cholesterol check. So, I mean, what else could you ask for all at one event?
But you can ask for free samples, and they got it out here also. They got free samples. They say bring your cash and your card. They got everything out there for you. Free wellness checks. You could be able to do that. Informative drops. You want to be able to get that. HR consulting and FG careers. You could be able to do that, and you could find out more information about being able to stay hydrated, especially in this heat. My God, there's some heat right now, and being able to wear your sunblock. You got to get that taken care of, guys. Put your sunblock on. Put the sunblock on the kids. Bring your little bottles of water right there. I gotta shout you all out right now because you all are decent people. You bring me a little bag.
Your swag bag.
You bring me a little bag. What's this here?
That's the visor for your car. It's
This
hot.
a visor.
We want to
to
let the
keep your
people
car
know
cool. I'm
that
Howard. It hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, check me out, GuardianTalkRadio.com, GuardianTalkRadio.com. I got a whole visor. I can put this in my truck today.
So we want to let the
This
people
is
know
nice.
that the first 25 persons to come in will get a free swag bag loaded with free
You
samples.
got your little cup in there. Oh, you got your little book. My wife liked these books. You know. She sit down and made me row. She's writing it, right? I like. 10 years later, I can find the book. And Jesus, Miss, I don't think
Pull
you
your
need a
file,
pen.
pull
You don't
your
need a
file.
pen. You don't need a pen. You need to stop, right? So all the information is in there. FG Insurance agents, all the things that you need to know. Great pens, great bag. This is good stuff. And what this little thing is here? All right.
fan.
Mini, you get me fun and all. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to get out there early. First 25 persons, you could be able to get a swag bag.
And you want to be able to spin the wheel for
I
prizes.
gotta give this to my mother. It's a little fun. Every time you get a little hot, she's get a little flashes.
And it's powerful. It's a
Hey,
powerful little
Jesus!
fan
I try to let you know something, right? My mommy says, "Oh my God, it's hot, mommy. It's 20 degrees in here. What happened to you? Why you
20 degrees.
why you sweating in here?"
Private summer.
I can give her this fun. I give her this fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to be able to come out, call them, find out more information about it. 396-1490, 396-1490. Hit them up. 825-9742. 825-9742. We're out here. We want you to be able to be a part of the 5th annual FGIAB Trade Fair and Fun Fair, of Trade Show and Fun Fair. They got everything available for you. Starts at 10 a.m. Saturday. Saturday. So you could get 8:30 in the morning. You could go get your little stew fish or your conch or
fish.
whatever you like.
Tuna and grits.
Right? Tuna, whatever you like. First thing in the morning, you can relax. By 10 a.m., you could be out there. If you want to catch the cool of the morning, something great that you can be able to do. But it's from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you want to come out midday, grab a conch salad right across the street and walk right across. See, see what I did?
bring
I
the
just,
whole
I let
family
you
out.
know. Even if you want to go to the beach, you could come out there in your beach clothes, walk across, let the children have an entire time, and then be able to enjoy themselves like that. So I want you to see you guys there and enjoy yourselves. Ladies, I want to thank you so very kindly for being
Thanks
able
for
to be
having
here.
us, Howard.
I enjoyed this today. I thank you for the swag bag. My mother's going to definitely enjoy this fan, right? Yeah. Maybe it'll help her. I don't know. Maybe it'll help her. Guys, going to take us a quick commercial break and be right back after this.
Foundation. Foundation.
Great news! Ron's Electric Motors' new location on Cowpen Road, right next to Island Luck, is open Saturdays and Sundays. So for those needing repairs on electric motors, generators, welding machines, water pumps, battery chargers, electric lifts, transformers, and power tools, Ron's Cowpen Road location can have you up and running on weekends. Don't forget, you can still visit Ron's Electric Motors on Wolf Road and Claridge Road, and now Ron's new location on Cowpen Road. Dial 356-0249 or 323-5267.
The NOLA Box is back at Popeyes and bigger than ever. This year, Popeyes and Coca-Cola is teaming up to give one lucky winner $5,000. Purchase the NOLA Box for just $13.95 from any Popeyes location and enter online for a chance to win cold hard cash. So satisfy your cravings and your wallet this summer with Popeyes. Rules and restrictions apply.
It's time to give away a cruise. Guardian Media Group and Going Places Travel wants to take you on a 7-day cruise for 4 to Panama, Colombia, Curacao, and Aruba on Royal Caribbean Serenade of the Seas. And here's the best part. No visa required. That's right, no visa required. You have 4 ways to enter, 4 ways to win. Number 1, fill out the form in the NASA Guardian. Number 2, listen to Star 106.5 and Guardian Radio 96.9. Number 3, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Number 4, or make a purchase at any Going Places Travel. Entry deadline is June 27th, 2025. Drawing will be taking place on July 4th, 2025. So you know what that means? Pack your bags and get ready to soak up the sun and the ocean breeze. You and 3 loved ones sailing the high seas on a vacation cruise of a lifetime. Brought to you by the Guardian Media Group and Going Places Travel. Certain conditions apply. Airfare, taxes, and gratuities not included.
This is Guardian Radio, Your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation. The foundation. Foundation. The foundation. Foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant and your company, The Foundation. All right, so Ian's supposed to be here with me at 1 o'clock. We haven't seen him in a while, so we're looking forward to being able to do that. And I just make a joke. They say, boy, your mother can kill you. She say, you're talking all your mommy business. Oh, she's talking one business. She's talking one business. While she talking to you, she got a towel wiping her head. She talking one business. My God, give God praise that we're still here in the land of the living. We could be able to identify those things. But I said something, I said, I cannot remember my grandmother going through that phase. My grandmother and my great-grandmother. I cannot. Maybe I was too young. Maybe I wasn't conscious enough to know it. But I cannot remember my grandmother and my mother and my great-grandmother going through that kind of a hot phase flash, that flash, the phase of their life. And I often think, I don't know what they did different that my mother doesn't do. And I come down to one thing. It comes down to one thing. I believe is that little house dress duster thing. What is give the great-grandparents 12 children. Talk to me, let's just be decent. Amen? Yeah, I believe it's because they never had nothing on under that. This would be decent. They had it out in the house all day. Hey, baby, how you doing? Well, anytime they want money, for some reason, you put your hand on top there. And you pull it out on your brazier. So maybe they had it. I'm not sure. But they never had this kind of a, oh, my God, I have hot flashes. I don't know. So we're talking about that, and there's a couple of things I want to be able to say, guys. I got to steal some time, and since I don't have a guest coming in at this particular time, we got to steal some time to talk about this. And this political thing is actually heating up. Tomorrow we're going to have a good conversation. I'm going to bring some people in bring a person in from the Free National Movement to have a good conversation with us, and trying to be able to be objective. That's what I've been looking for. I know a lot of persons are fanatical about their position, about their political organization, and what's going to happen and what's not going to happen, so forth and so on. So I'd like to bring someone who has proximity, but who has that sort of level-headed approach to these particular things, right? And as we're looking at the organization and identifying these particular things, both near and far, we looked at North Abaco. South and Central Abaco, and we would have been able to see an article popped up was it today or yesterday, with Roscoe Thompson being able to step down as the chairman for that association, given the fact that he was supposed to be able to get the nomination, and he did not, right? He did not. One thing I got to say about the Free National Movement, and this may be, an unpopular opinion, but you've never proven yourself to be trustworthy. You've never proven yourself to be trustworthy as an organization. You have always been deceptive in your pronouncements. And, if FNMs want to be absolutely honest with them and with yourself, we could have this kind of a conversation. The organization itself, now, say of 1992, say of 1997, because Hubert Ingham would look at you and tell you, no, well, not right now. And you could appreciate that. You could appreciate this kind of an honesty. But the commitment and the sly way that these people would make to you and then turn catgut on you, it's a baffling thing. And now, what we known, not necessarily the exception, because in every situation there's an exception, but for the rule of the PLP, what we know for the rule of the PLP is that it has been an organization that has wheeled and dealed and said what they need to do and strategically placed persons in particular positions where they believe that they can be able to utilize them and their talent the best. So we say, okay, we don't think that you're good for frontline politics, but we can take care of you. We can put you here, here, here. And for the most part, now there's exceptions to every rule, every circumstance and situation. But based upon the rule of what we've identified in the Progressive Liberal Party is that this is an organization that, for the most part, sometimes it takes long. If they make a commitment to you, they do their best to try to be able to fulfill that, for the most part. Now, I know some people can call me and say, Howard, but they didn't do this for me. Howard, they didn't do that for me. I know that we can be able to have that kind of a call. But the truth of the matter is that if we compare the FNM to the PLP in terms of the commitment that they've made to individuals, we could see that the FNM, this is comparing apples to oranges. I mean, the PLP far exceeds you in terms of the commitment that they make to its people and the assurance that these particular things happen. And you could be able to sit in the position and say, well, the FNM, they do the best for victory and they identify the best that they can be able to do. But you'd like to be able to say that this organization's committed itself to the community and there is this sort of a desire to be able to see the community move forward and we have to make them. No, but they don't even do that. They don't even do that. They're sitting down here and they don't even do that. Now, at the end of this trial, we have already waited 3 years, almost 3 years for the determination for this kind of a ruckus to be able to settle within the organization. It finally settles, and we've identified now that the organization, the commitment that they've made, Arinthia Komolafe has left. I think that she is straight in her particular position. Arinthia Komolafe has left the DNA, joined the FNM, and possibly finding herself in a position that she's going to be ratified in a space. We possibly will be able to see that tonight. Okay, so boom, they take care of Arinthia, praise God, right? Cassius Stewart has made that same commitment, put on the people of color, and ascended to a particular position and trying to be able to do exactly what he's done. And now we're understanding that he's not being able to get that nomination. This was a commitment that was made to him, and he's not going to be able to get that nomination. And if you look at the statistics on the paper, based upon the information that comes to the forefront, he had won on the council, on the floor, based upon an election that they actually put out. And there was still a supersession to be able to identify these particular voices. This has happened too much in the organization. An organization that comes out and boasts about the democracy that's rich and alive within the organization. How? How is democracy alive in your organization that every single juncture it comes to being able to make a decision, and I do, when I say I mean the individual, does whatever it takes to ensure that they can be able to safeguard themselves through a democratic approach, and walking through the front door, somebody circumvent them and shut the door. I mean, for the level that you put on the PLP, the corruption, the concept and the idea of being able to call the PLP no good. This is what we see from the FNM. Relentlessly. Roscoe Thompson ran with me with the DNA. Roscoe's a very good friend, right? I always enjoyed Roscoe. You often hear him on Naughty Show. But Roscoe is a very good friend of mine. He ran with me in the DNA. I met him from that time. And he's always been an adjutant, an advocate for righteousness and rightness and being able to do the right thing in the community. If you'd follow him over the years, he's been one of those persons who've actually been able to do those particular things. Now, I don't know what has happened. We would like to believe that the party would do what is in the best interest of, one, the party, and two, what is in the best interest of the country. But there are some commitments that have been made. There are some commitments that have been made to individuals in the organization. There are some commitments that have been made to people to say that we promise you that this is what we're going to be able to do. And for the most part, over the past 3 election cycles, people have been rejected from commitments that came from an authority position in the organization and never been able to see that. This is, for me, very questionable. I want to be able to do that. Tomorrow, I want to talk a little bit more about this also when Garth comes on with me. I want to take some time tomorrow and have a good conversation with Garth and my person who's going to be coming in the studio with me I want to talk about this sort of an idea as to whether or not this is going to be the Achilles heel, or shaping itself in a way that this could possibly be the Achilles heel for the Free National Movement. In 2016, we went to Everybody Church. We went to Cousin McPhee Church, right? And I say we because I was a part of the organization seeking to find myself in a position at that particular time, right? I was doing everything that I should have done with formality. And, they had their own thing the entire time. But we went from church service after pronouncements, after meeting, and there was a constant in the conversation. Take care of FNMs. Take care of FNMs. And your council members and MCMs know what I'm talking about, man. Stop it. Stop it. Don't allow yourself, and Howard, you talking out loud and other persons could hear you. I am not a part of the FNM. I am not an FNM. I am not an FNM. Okay? Let's just shoot this straight. I formally left the organization with formality. I separate myself with clarity, and I've always sat in this spirituality now to be able to talk about national growth and development and being able to scrutinize both the FNM and the PLP. If it's your time and we stretch you across the altar, we can deal with you accordingly. Praise Jesus. You just got to be able to walk circumspectly, because we scrutinize you for national growth and development. And as I look at this, you have never committed yourself. You haven't done that. These people leave their organizations, they've committed themselves, their finances, they've committed so much things, and you discard them. You discard them. You discard these people. You discard them. You don't even negotiate with them to find another space to ensure that they're satisfied simply because of the labor that they've given, the time, the sweat, the finances that they've given for the time that you didn't have nothing, because you ain't give them nothing, not at the onset. And then you discard these people. How is this going to be able to bode well for your leadership? How? How is this? How are we supposed to look at the supreme leader within the Free National Movement to say that this is a different concept and idea from Hubert Ingram and Hubert Minnis, when the exact same thing or worse is happening in the organization? This is not going to end well for you, because the people at this time are looking for an answer, and you can't even answer within the confines of your own organization. This is crazy. It's my opinion, and you could cuss me down to the ground, tell me all but my ma and my this and my that and all this. It don't matter to me. None of that matter to me. None of that. Because you're still in the position that you are. And unless you have a come to Jesus moment with you within the organization, unless you have a very clear understanding there is one leader in the Free National Movement, you're going to have a problem leading into the next gen. Michael Pintard working his behind off. He is. He fighting every side. He has a fight. He have a fight in Marco City. He have a fight with the chairman, with a desire to be able to do that. The people who he committed himself to and who assisted him to find this position, he don't know whether or not their commitment is steadfast for him to be able to see himself victorious. Victorious as the prime minister of this country. Even though Tommy Turnquest never found himself in a position victorious as prime minister, he didn't have this level of fight. It was clear cut with Tommy. And he gracefully bowed out. Michael Pintard is fighting, and the people who helped him fighting against him. This is bananas. And this what you all want people to come vote for. Yeah, we look forward to what's going to be happening this evening. Yeah, we look forward to you being able to present your slate. We look forward to being able to identify those voices, those faces, to be able to say, these are the people that is going to carry the vision, the concept, the idea for transformation that this country yearns for, this country desires. But there will always be a question as to whether or not you've settled your difference or your indignation that rattles behind the minds of all those who observe you. That's all we are. We are observers, and we yearn true, authentic, righteous leadership. Leadership that not only with your constitution, but with the constitution of the country and the conviction that we carry and the faith that is ours. We look for that. We look for that. We don't want you to perpetuate the idea that, oh, this is the dissident spirit that exists in here. This is where democracy exists. That is not democracy. That is confusion. And God is not the author of confusion. Just going to be decent with you. Praise God. Let's be able to take a quick commercial break, guys, get the news. And when we get back, we're going to be able to hear from Ian. Tomorrow, we can dive deeper into this, and you could cuss me then. Amen? Quick break, guys. Going to be right back after news.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
At Cleveland Clinic, care is everything. So when your primary purpose is to care for the world, you'd start with your community until you're accessible anywhere. You make complexities your specialties and put compassion before anything else, all to redefine what's possible. For everyone, everywhere. For every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
It's time to give away a cruise. Guardian Media Group and Going Places Travel wants to take you on a 7-day cruise for 4 to Panama, Colombia, Curacao, and Aruba on Royal Caribbean's Serenade of the Seas. And here's the best part. No visa required. That's visa required. You have 4 ways to enter, 4 ways to win. Number 1, fill out the form in the NASA Guardian. Number 2, listen to Star 106.5 and Guardian Radio 96.9. Number 3, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Number 4, or make a purchase at any Going Places Travel. Entry deadline is June 27th, 2025. Drawing will be taking place on July 4th, 2025. So you know what that means? Pack your bags and get ready to soak up the sun and feel the ocean breeze. You and 3 loved ones sailing the high seas on a vacation cruise of a lifetime. Brought to you by the Guardian Media Group and Going Places Travel. Certain conditions apply. Airfare, taxes, and gratuities not included.
Great news! Ron's Electric Motors' new location on Cowpen Road next to Island Luck is open Saturdays and Sundays. So for those needing repairs on electric motors, generators, welding machines, water pumps, battery chargers, electric lifts, transformers, and power tools, Ron's Cowpen Road location can have you up and running on weekends. Don't forget, you can still visit Ron's Electric Motors on Wolf Road and Claridge Road, and now Ron's new location on Cowpen Road. Dial 356-0249 or 323-5267.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, streaming on GuardianTalkRadio.com and the Guardian Radio app, Nassau, Bahamas.
Foundation. Foundation. The foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio, Howard Grant, your company, the foundation, live and in full effect. Jamming the way that we are. Make sure you pick up your Guardian newspaper. All the information's in there. Had a good conversation. Make sure you go out this weekend for the trade show and fun fair, the Family Guardian Insurance, FGIAB. They got everything going on for you. They just want you to be able to come out there and enjoy yourself this weekend. Also, I got to be able to remind you guys, if you're in this kind of a position and you need to be able to get yourself alleviated, 445-8111, 445-8111, Coco Plum Wellness, Bahamas. Guys, it's a beautiful day, and I got to shout out and hail my good, decent friend. I got to come hail him on Saturday, right? Ephraim, we can be able to be out there and talk a little politics. We're coming out there by you and talk a little politics. on Saturday, God Spare Life, and be able to do that over there at Garden of Edens. He's my guy. So I just want to be able to let him know that. And, if you're in the kind of a mood right now, you tell me, say, Howard, if you want to, anyone who wants to be able to get a little soup or whatnot, if you decide that you want to give a soup to someone, I'd be more than happy to be able to do that. Today, I think he got pea soup. So we'll talk about that and see if I can give one of them out to somebody sometime throughout the course of this week or whatnot. But great news. Great news for those who are eager about being able to expand this political conversation. Ian is not going to be in today, unfortunately. He just hit me up and says, Howard, I'm listening to you, but I'm on a plane. And he just called me yesterday to tell me he won't come, Now he on a plane today. So I'm not going to fight him. Things happen. So he says that he won't be able to make it in today. All right, so let's expand the conversation. If you want to be able to do that, I know I can get cuss. I am prepared to get cuss. I'm prepared. There is no level of cussing that you could give me that I haven't gotten, okay? But I stand steadfast in my position. And you know that I know your business. You know that I know your business. I'd like to be able to have this kind of a conversation with you. And those who are seeking to be able to push back against their government, the government of the day, they will make any fallacy up to be able to perpetuate and charge the atmosphere with that in hopes that their government yields to either their desires or shifts their position to be able to truly empower the community or their party. Yeah. So I know that there are some people who can push back against the PLP to hope that the PLP shifts from a particular course that they're on into a position of yielding to, care and concern that exists. It's a lot. And I cannot blame the Prime Minister. You got to stay your course. You got to stay your course. You got to. All right? But I can say to you that I have not seen a course from the Free National Movement. Yeah, we can talk politics until the end of the show. The lines are open, 323-6232, 325-4216, 325-4259. Anywhere from the Family of Violence, 242-300-5720. Hit me up, 422-4796. I got to be real with you. Y'all ain't gonna like this. I know those, you are sitting in this kind of a posture waiting for that momentum to revive itself and find itself realigned with the Free National Movement. I know you're waiting. And I know the chairman gritting his teeth, cussing me out right now. Well, cuss me, man. Cuss me. I know you cussing me, and I know Michael cussing me, but you all know I ain't lie yet. I don't have the time for it. I ain't get nothing from none of y'all. You want to kill me, but you ain't got no plan for the PLP. None. You ain't got no plan to present to the country. You ain't got no plan for the PLP, but you want to kill me. Okay. Yeah, I heard your little message that you sent to me. I ain't got no problem with that. But let's be clear. You have said to too many people, we got you. Nothing worse than that. You sit in front of a man face and say, no, I support you, I got you, I get everything. A next one come, no, I support you, I got, well, my God, how much of these people, you're a liar. It's lies that you're telling the people. How is it that you could support people leave everything? I know these people, man. They leave everything and they support you. Even when your vision was blurry, they believed that it was going to come to light, that clarity was going to hit it at some point. They believed that you had the tenacity and the wherewithal to do this. They stuck behind you and they were steadfast in their commitment to support you in your position of leadership of the party, and with the hopes that they could be able to support you all the way into the House of Assembly. And you say, I got you covered. Then all of a sudden, people cut out. For whatever reason, I don't know what your reasoning is, and you don't have to give that to me, but through observation, through this kind of understanding, just be honest with people, man. One thing I could appreciate about Hubert Ingram, let me tell you something. One thing I could appreciate about Hubert Alexander Ingram is that if he support you, he never hide his hand. He never hide his hand if he support you. If he didn't support you, tell you right off the top. Ain't no two ways about that. That's leadership. He didn't have to play with you, to jive with you, to tell you go through the democratic process and know who his man was. He tell you right off the top. He come to your council meeting and say, I know that there is a process here. I was in these meetings. I know that there is a process here. I don't seek to supersede the process. However, I have a vision that I'd seek to execute. And I believe that the talents that exist in this individual could help me be able to realize that vision. I ask you, now you ain't got to do this. This is Hubert Ingram. I ask you to support this person for me. Please. Somebody in the room jump up and say, I nominate bam, bam, bam. Somebody else jump up and say, I second the nomination. Bam, it is settled. That happened in the council meeting. No one could say nothing about nothing. If you have anything to say, this the floor to row on. And the leader here, we have called that totalitarian leadership for years. We have called that this kind of a leadership with dominance for years. You've identified that through the lens of being able to really diminish the perceived democracy that exists in the organization. We have identified that, and we've said that this is totalitarianism. Why Hubert Ingram doing this for years? But honest to Jesus, I would prefer that than to somebody coming to me and say, well, how would you? I got you straight, you was my guy. And I go out there and then talk to my mother, talk to my wife, talk to my children, talk to everyone, trying to be able to get myself together, calling around for money, doing this, doing that, quit your job, do all these things for them to come back and say, vote for somebody else. Well, my God. Why people does even support y'all? Why? Line's open. Call on the line, go ahead.
Good day, how are you doing?
Hi, good man, what's happening?
You're absolutely correct. And, saying this now, perhaps in your conversation. We've been waiting for something else. Something other than what we have before us right now with the business and governance. Mm-hmm. Thought we had that as my quick time.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, I'm hearing the same thing that you're hearing. Not good optics, what I mean? I want to believe, you understand? Want to trust. But right now, it just doesn't appear to be you have premised yourself to be initially. What I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And human people have a big problem with that. If they hear what's going on in the party. Thank you for that, my God.
I appreciate you, my brother. Is it raining outside? Is that this fellow wipers on? Is it raining outside? It's raining outside? That's crazy. All right. Listen, I just got to be able to shoot straight with you, man. This is not going to be an easy conversation but for Michael Pintard to be able to define himself and not be annihilated on the floor going forward. Michael Pintard, let me just shoot straight with you. Plan B is in full effect, okay? You are Plan A. But Plan B is in full effect. I told you, Hubert Ingram never hide his hand on who he support. Never. He never, ever, ever hide his hand who he support. Never. He come out and tell you he support you. If he support you, he support you. It has always been a matter of trust with Hubert Ingram. Yeah. You may not like what he say. You may disagree with what he say. But he ain't gonna lie to you, and he ain't gonna jive you. He can look you in your face and tell you, I appreciate what you're saying. Yeah, I like it, tenacity, I like it strong, you're good. I think it'll be good for one of these days, but not right now, not right now. Not right now. And you got to look at him and you got to swallow your pride and take that. And guess what? You still want to serve under this man because he is the best to do it. So you still want to serve under him because you know that you could become the best you in your political field if you even get an opportunity to serve under him. I'm telling you. So you still want to serve under him. But you got these people in this position that are afraid to tell you what's what. Michael Pintard Plan B is in full effect. Plan B, you was Plan A. They're now working on Plan B. You're out here trying to make a determination. How much of the seats you had to give for Hubert Ingram to be able to identify? Let's say hypothetically we get 40 seats coming up. Hypothetically, we got 40 seats rolling out. potentially. We know that we get 39 for sure. But there is a conversation that says it's a possibility that one more will roll out. So we got 40 seats. I am convinced you had to give at least 30% of those seats, the choices. See this? Let me tell you something. You're only going to like this conversation, but you need to use your brains. Okay? Hubert Alexander Ingram is not an invalid. He is not crippled. He has not lost his brains, his mind. He is sharp politically. And he is enthusiastic. He has made a commitment, and he wishes to see that before it's a last curtain call for him. He's made a commitment to Dwayne Sands, and he would like to see that come to fruition. Yeah. For some reason, he's convinced, I don't know why, but for some reason, Hubert Ingram is convinced that Dwayne Sands will make a good prime minister in this country. Yeah, he has a good relationship with him. Yeah, he knows him personally. He knows his family. He's convinced that Dwayne Sands will make a good prime minister in this country. But there's some hurdles that Dwayne Sands has never been able to get over. He hasn't. He hasn't. And yet, through it all, Hubert Ingram supports him. He has not wavered from that. That should be a scary thing for Michael Pintard. Because even whilst the Prime Minister provides you with insight, with information, his language has shifted. I know y'all can keep fighting me on this, but it ain't no way that we can go into battle and I can say, well, guys, I don't think we should really fight like this, This is me on the battle stage, I don't think we should really fight like this, I think we should give better consideration to... No, listen to me. We come to wipe all of y'all out. We ain't come to save nobody. Why would Hubert Ingram speak in the language of inclusion politically? Of being able to ensure that there's an opportunity to incorporate a better social balance. Yeah, sometimes when you step back, you have this panoramic view, and hindsight being 2020, you would make this kind of a decision. But Hubert Ingram's language has shifted. And as a result of the shifting in his language, I can only determine, based upon what I've seen from him, that this is not that kind of ferocious, blood in your eye approach in pursuit of victory. But yet his mouth says the hungriest person. Are you not with us? Are you with us or are you against us? Make up your mind. And it only could lead me to a position that plan B is in full effect. Let's take a telephone call. Go ahead. Caller, go ahead. Caller, go ahead.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm calling to respond to your accusations about...
My accusations? Go ahead.
Yeah, your accusations about the candidates or the aspirants for the FNM were told that they were going to be the one or whatever. Have you? From my
No. Before you do, clear it up. What you hear me say first, so we could talk from there, and then you could say what you want to say because I understand what you say. Yet.
I'm saying I'm going to clear up what you're assuming. That people were told that they got the nominations, and they're now told that they're being told they're not. They haven't gotten it. Nobody was promised no nomination. They were told the candidates.
And who are you?
Who am I? I'm a caller.
No. Clear up your position as to whether or not you could be able to answer this particular thing.
I can answer it because I...
No, you come to row. I ain't come to row. All right, listen, I appreciate your telephone call. I got to let you go. You come to row. You ain't come to assert your authority in your position. You didn't tell me your proximity to the organization. You doing the same thing that you say that I'm doing in leveling assumptions. I am telling you, based upon the information that I did not get from a horsefly, but right from the horse mouth, I am telling you that there were commitments made. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. There were commitments made. This is not an assumption. I'm telling you. And if the commitment was made, I said to you, I have not seen this in the past with Hubert Ingram. Hubert Ingram never made a commitment to a man and didn't stand behind the man. There were commitments made. We've seen the commitments made with Hubert Minnis, and now there are commitments made. I didn't say Michael Pintard do this. I am saying to you, there is a trifecta of leadership. And Dwayne Sands has placed himself in the position to say that I am the CEO, that it got to go through me. I didn't say Michael Pintard do this. I am saying to you that the organization is not the same as it was with Hubert Ingram. Hubert Ingram, if he support you, he stand behind you. You ain't come here to row. I ain't come to row with you, baby. Ain't come to row. When I sit here, I telling you information that came from the horse mouth, not the horse fly on the wall, the horse mouth. And all I'm saying to you is this historically has what the F&M has done over the past 10 years. The F&M has made commitment to men and women that they can give you this and give you these particular things, and you can be able to pull back on this. Yeah, I know you can cuss me. I get in text and cuss me. Cuss me, let's cuss together. Let's cuss together. But we can have a clear conversation. We can have a clear conversation about these things. I'm watching this, man. How you going to let these things crumble and fall? We understand that democracy is rich. We understand that these particular things happen. Praise God. But everyone is waiting with anticipation to see you level this out, and it can't get leveled out. Whilst the PLP is ready to go to an election. Let's take a quick commercial break and be right back after this.
Foundation. Foundation.
The Foundation with Howard Grant will be back right after this.
The Foundation.
Great Commissions Ministries is God's storehouse. They have been caring for the poor, homeless, and hurting since 1987. You are invited to support their Stop and Drop program by dropping off some food items in their barrels and some cash in their bottles. You can donate an offering each month or pay your tithes online to Great Commissions through the Givelify or SunCash apps. Help them to shelter the homeless, feed the hungry, and spread the gospel of Christ. Volunteer your service and support the Live to Give program. Call Great Commission Ministries, God's Storehouse at 325-5801 for further information, or stop by the office on Wolf Road. Be blessed.
You or a loved one currently under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Our compassionate team is committed to patients and their loved ones. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept all major insurance. With 2 locations to serve you, at Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street, we also ship to the Family Islands. Visit us on Facebook or call Ports at 377-1771.
It's time to upgrade the way you enjoy at-home entertainment. Alive Fiber is here. Enjoy all your favorite channels and streaming apps, all at lightning-fast internet speeds with affordable bundles, and it's only a click away. Visit www.alivefiber.com to sign up now. Stay connected, live your life. It's good to be alive.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation. Foundation. Foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be very clear. I'm not on the council of the Free National Movement. I'm not an advisory member. I only have strategic relationships, both in the FNM and the PLP, that I can be able to access information and have this conversation. You see, I want to speak to you from the perspective, not through the lens of a constitution of an organization who seeks to win, but from the lens of an individual who's going through tribulation in a rough economy right now, who has aspirations to be able to get to a victorious position. Yeah, you would like to be able to say, well, they knew the game, but they was playing. My God, you just get it, or sometimes you don't get it. That's what you like to say. But I like a man who will look me in the face and say, well, Howard, I appreciate you. I appreciate what you did. And we appreciate what you've done for the party. However, based upon the landscape at this particular time, we don't believe that it'll be a good fit for you to be in this position at this point. We don't believe that. Now, we want you to remain committed, and we ask that you remain steadfast, and we ask for your loyalty, and we want you to know that we still see value in you, that you could be able to support us from these particular areas. But don't jive me, man. Don't jive me. Just don't do that, man. Don't do that. There, in some constituencies, are 4 people sitting down right now. There's constituencies right now, you had tribulation coming out of Eleuthera. Abaco giving us tribulation with the chairman being able to step down in that particular capacity also. And then also, you'll be able to see, you're trying to figure out, some time ago, you saw the exit of even a member of parliament. And you know, one of the worst things in the world is, after I've served diligently through the lens of your organization for years, when I make a decision to do the best thing in accordance to my family, all of a sudden I's a thief, I's a liar, I no good, we never wanted you. It's just an amazing thing. This is just a disingenuous thing. It's a disingenuous thing. You supported me 24 hours ago. You would go to bat for me. But because I made a decision to be able to step back from this, you decided that I ain't worth the ground, the dirt I walk on. This is a peculiar thing, man. You guys kill the ambition, the aspirations, the desire, the passion of the greatest of men in our society. And this is the fear that people have from getting involved in politics. This is a fear that they have. This is a fear. Let's just be transparent with people, man. That's all this is. All this conversation is a desire for transparency. The eradication of Plan B have to be enacted. Michael Pintard, you have to demolish Plan B. And the only way you could do that is by being able to do what Hubert Ingram did in years before. That's just a notebook. All this is principles. Show up and identify these particular persons. This is not the supersession of democracy. We've already seen this. The precedent has already been set in the organization. You're not doing anything that has not been done. You identify these particular persons, you say, this is who I support in this area. This is the vision that we have, and I believe that these elements that this particular persons carry can help us get to that objective. That's all this is. You are now building your cabinet. You're building your cabinet. And we, as the observers, as the electorate, could see that you have a vision for a dream team. And we could say, oh, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. I like that. But if you just allow this to happen, it's going to be tumultuous. It's going to be tumultuous. I believe you can do well. I really do. I believe you can. But it seems that there's too much spoons in the pot. And someone throwing all kind of different seasoning in there. Come on, man. Telephone call, go ahead.
Howard.
Hey.
Could you take my strong advice and remember to always think twice? Who lead in FNM?
At this point?
Yeah.
You mean actually or?
Who's the leader?
Michael Pintard.
Okay. Week before last, your boy Anton told you that FNMs are sleepers, right? And you think everybody, including Michael, don't have respect for whatever Papa. They call him Big Papa. They call me Big Papa too. But, Howard, whatever Plan B may be, you can't focus on Plan B without carrying out Plan A. The problem is, too, that Lincoln, who have great contribution, in my opinion, and menace who still have contribution to make to this country and society have to remain focused on what is the main target right now. What's the main target? The PLP, right?
It should be.
Papa understands that, And it ain't about running on. And the caller before me, let them out. I say, take my strong advice. Let them say their opinion. You understand? I just called to advise you.
Let who say the opinion? The caller?
The opinion and the plan.
No, but no. That's not what's happening here. I don't know whether or not you're listening to the same show that I on, but that's not what's happening. She tell me I wrong, and I ask you how you could tell me I wrong.
No, don't worry about that. Don't worry about it. It ain't but you and me. Or your opinion don't always be right. Okay, Howard, what's happening in the West End and Bimini? You had prediction from the by-election, right? They fulfill half or any of those promises, and you say that whoever get elected ain't going to be re-elected.
It's my belief. I still believe that.
That was your prediction from the by-election.
I still believe that.
Okay. But what I'm saying is, you ain't going to always be right. Don't worry about what they say. Right? Howard, just I ain't fight. I even ain't argue with you. Let your callers them sit there and say, be quick.
I'm not fighting.
Give them the time on your show.
I appreciate that.
The juice running.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Okay, let them say their opinion. Don't keep running on with that and thinking, not no longer.
No. Then you know, if you listen to my show, and I appreciate your telephone call, if you listen to my show, this is not the normal posture and procedure. This is something that is a sensitive issue for me. Okay? And the sensitivity for this particular issue is that political organizations who have aspirations to be able to find themselves in a notorious position in government take no consideration for what's really happening on the ground. That people have to quit their jobs, that people, some of them who've committed themselves to political organizations don't have a job. That they've only been digging down and doubling down to assist their party to find themselves victorious come the next general election. And so they don't have, some of these people, they back on bills, they ain't paying this, they gotta ask you for $5 for gas, they gotta get a ride, they gotta do this, they gotta hope for something. If they are known F&M, they have a target on their back. If they put their colors on and come to the forefront in public, this society is absolutely unforgiving. They don't have that political maturity. They see you through the lens of F&M, they see you through the lens of PLP. If the F&M in, the PLP hungry for 5 years. If the PLP in, the F&M hungry for 5 years. This is the rule. There's always exceptions, but this is the rule. And for the most part, when you make a commitment, when we are in the desert, that's all I'm saying, man. Just go with me. If you make a commitment when we are in the desert, in our dry space, just support me, man. I give you my all. Just help me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. That's all, man. People have families, they have responsibilities, they need to live. And they still have a passion to serve. Why would you take them out in this infancy stage? Why would you take them out? Why? What? And you laughing and you think this is a game. This is not a game. And for a great deal of you, you should know not to get involved in this. Me? Hey, Jesus. Praise God. I ain't want nothing to do with this. I got to get assurities. Real life assurities on contract. I need my lawyer there. I need him signed, seal. I need this to be registered. I need these particular things to happen. Oh, no, boy, I ain't playing no games with nobody. I ain't got the time. Let me take a telephone call. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard.
What's happening?
Yeah. Good afternoon. What you talking about today, right? If these politicians them have had any record, any history of producing anything for the Bahamian people, I believe a lot of things which you saying would have been relevant, But these people, it appears like it's all about them and what they, how they achieve, how they prosper, how they excel. But ain't nobody talking about bringing hearing the PLP or the FLM talking about bringing up the payment people, Howard. You know, and that's why they gonna have a problem in this election, Howard. Because why? It can't, after 52 years of political parties them castrate each other, right? Despite when they in power, they still ain't doing nothing to benefit the people. These people now, if they would do now, these people had a record that we could say, I will have been with you, Howard. I will have been with you. But look at our record, man. Look at this country. These politicians need to be in jail. Some of them, because why? The type of thing, the life what they cause, and have the Bahamian people that be living. They living good. You could come in the House of Assembly today, and tomorrow you could be a millionaire. The Bahamian people have to wait for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, and then when they retire, Howard, they get $300 old folks pension. This can't be real, Howard. You still there?
I right here, man. I right here.
Hey, June, you know you was my boy, right? But hey, these politicians, Howard, you know, we had some politicians would really made a difference, and some of them, they got castrated for doing it, right? Because in this system what we have, you are not supposed to take care of the people. And this time what is coming is about the people. The people need to be taken care of, Howard. And that's what this election is all about. It ain't gonna be about PLP or FLM, like how the PLP is and the FLM are delusionally believing that they still have some play in the mental and the people mental ability. That ain't how it is, Howard. Believe me, that is not how it is, because we are tired of suffering, Howard. Have a wonderful day.
I appreciate you, man. Going. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your telephone call. Oh God, I wish I could read these texts. These are some good texts coming through. They talk to somebody and they say, stay on the Abaco business. I wish I could read these texts. First, I'm not going to fight you. I'm not going to fight you. But this is my business. This is the country business. We can talk the way that we're talking. Let's see if we can be able to read a couple of these texts. Let's see if we can get to it. So it says, Howard, the last argument you should be putting for any aspiring MP is that they can't pay their bills and begging money, right? If you're begging money, don't get into politics. If you're bad for you and it's bad for your country, get a non-political job. Politics is not for you at this time. That is a fallacy. You are under the assumption and under the hypnotic spell of society that says to you that politicians should be rich. You believe that, I don't know what calibration in your mind says to you that you should already have money when you're getting into these particular spaces. That's not how life works. That's not. Every business that you see, it started from somewhere. Everything that you see, it started from somewhere. And there's a vision, an idea, a desire that continues to be able to wrestle with you even as you sleep, that says to you, you can do it. And for some of us, we water that down. We push aside from that. Whether we're on that kind of a hamster wheel and we keep our head down and do our 8 and skate, or whether or not some people get into alcohol or some people get into other things, just to be able to distract themselves from this relentless desire that exists in them to serve. And some people convince themselves, oh, boy, this for thieves. Boy, only thief is getting to this. Oh, my God, everybody corrupt. You listen to me. We living. We here, man. We here. We living. And if you got something to give, come bring it. The people can only say yes or no to you. Sometimes you ain't got no money. That's okay. You got vision. You got heart. You got passion. You got charisma. We could use you. Don't never be discouraged because you ain't got no money. That's how they keep most of us down. Don't be discouraged because you ain't got no money. When you really look at it, a lot of them ain't got money. They're hoping on the graces of the organization, the graces of their proximity to give them access to something that they was hoping for. Yeah. And if you got faith, you will be straight. Let's see if we can read another one. It says, that's unfair, Howard, because if the leader and I made a commitment, but then renege, it could be that I found out new information that shifts my understanding and commitment. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? Stop it. Stop with these fallacies and stop making these hypothetical foolishness. We live right here. When you call me and tell me, Howard, I want you run, Joe Brown, I want you run, Jamie, I want you run, me and you talk straight up. If you found out more information about me, have enough guts to be able to do the same thing. Howard, listen, we did some vetting on you. We realized that this may not necessarily be, at this particular time, the best thing for you. And I got to be able to swallow that. Yeah, I got to swallow that. But be a man, Tony. Be a man. Be a man. And tell me the truth. Got me out here selling and spending my money and flying all over the place and running up and down, trying to figure out if I got this. All about knocking on people's door, trying to be able to figure this. 5 of you all in one constituency knocking on the same door. And mama saying, but Jesus, how much are you all coming today? I just seen that for them last weekend. Make a decision. And stop playing, man. Stop playing with this. I got any more commercial? One more commercial. Let me take this last commercial. Let me get back to it.
Foundation.
The Foundation will be back right after this.
The Foundation.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
BK Nassau and Pepsi want to bring you a fun day on us. Upgrade your favorite combo and get a chance to win great prizes like staycations at Atlantis or Baja Mar, powerboat adventure excursions, or a Blue Lagoon dolphin encounter. You can also win a relaxing day at Sandy Toes or a VIP movie experience at Fusion. Upgrade your combo at any of Burger King Nassau's 7 locations and enter to win online at BK242.com. Win fun days with Pepsi and Burger King, where taste is king.
Family life is full of joy and challenges. With a Fidelity personal loan, you can handle life surprises while focusing on what matters most. From home renovations to unexpected expenses, our loans are fast, reliable solutions to any problem life throws your way. Make that move today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Love the show? Want to give your support? Become a sponsor today. Call 302-2300 for our rates and packages. That's 302-2300. Become a sponsor on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Foundation. Foundation. The Foundation. The Foundation.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, 96.9 FM radio. Howard Grant and your company. I'm talking a little taste of politics today, just being able to talk about these things. I know that, let me tell you something. I want to say this to you. Maybe you don't understand this. And maybe it's hard, it's a complex conversation to have because the country actually sees in red and yellow, through the spectrum of red, through the spectrum of yellow. Unfortunately, however, it's the truth, okay? My family grew me up as an FNM. My mother was a Free National Movement member of Parliament. My Grammy them was FNM from I born. Before that, there was PLP. I tell you by default, all of us in the country, for the most part, other than the five of y'all who you'll say, well, this was a UBP. Anyway, by default, a lot of our families came from this kind of the PLP background, right? And then they shifted. I would have seen that shift. I born in 81. And so as I grew, I heard sentiments, not necessarily pronounced, behind closed doors. And in 8 Mile Rock, you don't even close doors. But behind closed doors, they would actually start to speak about the national movement as a very young boy. I saw my mother celebrate in 1992, right? I was 11 years old. I saw my mother celebrate the victory in 92. Victory she celebrated. She couldn't believe it. Her and my uncles and everyone in my family, they just was celebrating out on the road. I couldn't understand this. I got into politics, watching the same Chicago line. Admired the Free National Movement. You hear me? Admired the Free National Movement even for the consideration of being able to see something new, fresh, young. Because you remember we had the older salt and pepper hair, distinguished gentlemen, articulation, and they're kind of a poise for politics under the PLP. Now this infusion came for the Free National Movement. And when I saw that, as I grew over the years, I realized that it's not all that it's, kind of choked up to be. Everything was just superficial that I was taught, but they didn't give me any history. They didn't give me any history. They didn't give me any value. They didn't give me any pillars. I had to go find them. And when I found them, I realized that we need always a strong opposition to a traditional organization who has already commandeered, in my view, from my observation, commandeered a niche market, a niche segment of the electorate, which they label as the grassroots. This was the PLP. The PLP labeled their people as grassroots. And that is not the FNM's bag. The FNM was responsible, in my view, humbly, over the years, this is the expectation. I expected them to be innovative, to be creative, to be articulate, to be inclusive of young people, to relentlessly being able to pursue, to develop themselves and all these things, and it to the detriment, as I even tried to get involved in the party, to the detriment of these particular positions that I hold this esteem for the Free National Movement. They have moved more to the position of what they've accused the PLP of doing. So they, instead of being able to play on their own course, their own innovation, their own creativity, their own stepping into their own lane, they decided we could try to be able to step into the lane of the PLP. Now you're accusing them of being corrupt. You're accusing them of being indifferent. You're accusing them of being non-productive. You're accusing them of all these particular things. And yet you have not made the observation within your own space. All this conversation is observation. You could fight me. I tell you, you could fight me. I accept the fight. I accept it. However, there has to be a differentiation between the two political organizations. And for the most part, right now, we can't see it. That's it. There has to be strength that comes and say, these are the decisions that needs to be made. It's tough decisions that need to be made, but we got to make those decisions. I thought we were on that course with the separation of ministers. Now we're back at it again. We're back at it again. They're saying me say, I support the FNM, I want the FNM to win the next general election. No, the hell no. They're saying what I'm saying. I'm not telling you that. I am saying to you, for the PLP to be the best they can, somebody got to hold their man. You got to tell them about their political shortcomings. You got to be strong with them in these particular areas. You got to be able to have a good option for the people. You got to make them scared that they don't worry about being able to take care of those people in their organization, but to ensure that kind of assurance of taking care of people is national. That's all this is. That's all this is. People are sitting here calling my show, texting me how the FNM and the PLP are in the same bucket. How? That should have never happened. How you all fall in this bucket? How? The people put you on their shoulders in 1992, gave you a second chance in 1997. Are you saying to me, only Papa could do this? Man, talk to me. Let's take a telephone call. Go ahead.
Hey, Howard.
Hey.
Jalen Johnson.
What's up?
You said something about, being indoctrinated in the political diatribe or whatever you want to call it with the youth. But progressively, have we seen over the years is a cry for opportunity and ownership of the Bahamian economy. And while those cries was going on, the world was moving towards providing those opportunities. But we have not educated individuals into what those opportunities are. Now, I'm not one to believe that education changes people. I believe that empowerment changes people. An educated person could also be educated to accept the status quo. But an empowered person will demand better housing, will demand a better community, will demand better infrastructure, would even demand better education. And so the education structure that we use is not one that even prepares us for the 21st century to take advantage of the opportunities that is available.
Now, hold on. Now, stop right there. Do you expect the PLP to fix this? Historically, understanding their commitment, not necessarily to a progressive concept and idea for technological growth, but their commitment to the grassroots. The PLP, historically, if we just see the observation, they need things to remain the same for them to always find victory. When there is a shift and the country needs to change, they never look to the PLP for that. Do you expect the PLP to bring this change?
No.
Okay. You don't expect, and I don't expect the PLP to bring the change. However, looking at the Free National Movement, we're not talking, I don't want you to go into, but Michael Pintard will do this. No. I'm talking about looking at the Free National Movement now. Looking at the Free National Movement over the past 7 years, we have identified that they're not acting like the organization we expect them to be.
No, because what you're seeing, it's not defending Michael Pintard. We don't need what we used to be. We need what we need now. We are in urgent need of what is needed now. Let me just go to a point of vision. Do you know no man builds a vision? He has one, and he hires a competent team of individuals to build a vision, whether it be Microsoft, whether it be Apple, whether it be Google, whether it be any of those different things. That is the most important thing. That's the person has the ability to bring around them and to them the people capable of building what is needed to execute that vision. And so the problem is that we keep wanting to say what this one do and what that one do, and then it becomes unfamiliar because we have been taught to go to the familiar. But like when you talk about the Progressive Liberal Party, I know their vision, and I know the absence of it since at least 2002 in my return home. Because the PLP was, and you hear them say this often, we are for poor people. The PLP was not for poor people. The PLP I know that my mother and father built was about eliminating poor people and changing.
That's heavy what you're saying.
You understand?
That's heavy what you're saying. I don't know this PLP that you speak of.
No, right. That's what I'm saying to you, because what happens is when Sir Lyndon stepped down, from my observation looking back, it moved in where people who had ambition greater than their ability has taken over the party. This is why you see the party always refer to Sir Lyndon, but not to their record for the 25 years that they've had the opportunity.
Yeah, but I just told you why. The PLP only finds victory when things remain the same. The PLP is an organization who, because they commit to not necessarily a progressive mindset, okay, let me be decent with this. They commit to a people who identify themselves as the grassroots. That's fine. They've committed themselves to these particular people. And for the purposes of this conversation, those grassroots people, they are not looking for success. They're looking for contentment. And contentment sometimes don't look like I want more for myself. And so they don't want nothing to change.
But let's talk about the degradation of the church. It has nothing to do with the PLP now. I just want you to show you the similarities.
You began
the degradation of the power.
You began far off of course, Seattle. We can be able to call back on that conversation later. Let me see if I can take this last telephone call before we get out of here. Seattle, I don't want to cut you. However, I don't want to be able to move off course. I got one more telephone call. Caller, go ahead.
Howard.
Hi.
I've been listening for days now and today, especially in today. Let me tell you something. Einstein was correct. You understand me? And I thought I'd never get to say these kind of things about myself and the Bahamian people. The Bahamian people got to be the most backwards, illiterate, silliest electorate in the entire Western Hemisphere.
Can't be.
52 years, Howard. 52 years at this. We're very years out of this forest in 52 years. We don't even know which direction to go in, but we on the radio every day opining, trying to sound this and sound. Instead, we huddle together and say, listen, this the part all us can take to get out of here. Because them FNM and them PLP, they got us. We don't even know where we is. And we got people calling and cabling for these people. You understand me? And while we cabling for the people, the bus loads of young people getting picked up in Sandy Point coming from the other country, under 30 and under 40. And the plane loads coming in 3 times a week. And we, man, I want to cuss on this radio.
No, cuss
the Bahamian people got to be insane. Thanks for taking my call.
I appreciate you, man, guys. We're going to be able to wrap this up. I want to be able to do this. He says, correction, Howard, what you're describing is the problem. I once had a conversation with someone most Bahamians would say is wealthy, right? They put it in quotations. I encouraged him to get into politics because I thought he was an intelligent guy and honest and ethical. He said to me that I will consider when I'm in a better financial position. That's ironic, but his view was correct. It's not a game if you can't afford to lose. Literally, you shouldn't get in it, especially if you have a family. And definitely don't get in it because you want to rub shoulders with rich people. Push personal contracts or have a carnival to give you free trips to enjoy the new beach resort. This is a text that's coming through, right? Let me see if I can read a couple more of these texts before we get out of here real quick. It says, Howard, yes, we need Mr. Ingram now. He can do it. Listen, I don't think Ingram wants nothing to do with politics, not from the forefront anymore. Please tell everyone, turn their headlights on. It's pouring out rain outside. Oh my God. Is it that bad, right? This is Howard. Today was not a balanced show, okay? Because we ain't talking about the PLP. I'm telling you, there is an expectation that I carry from the Free National Movement, if only from the inception of my coming into age and understand what politics is. I expect them to be different. I expect them to be to have integrity. I expect them to be able to be innovative. I expect them to be at the forefront of creativity. I expect them to be able to bring technological advances to the country. But I've seen from them a lot of what I've seen from the PLP. Just want to be decent as I say that. It's a great conversation, guys. You're going to be able to dive deeper into this tomorrow. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much for your participation. We see you tomorrow. Godspeed, right here on The Foundation.
Foundation.